Good morning, students. Now is the time for our social studies class. So, we are in the chapter 15, Parallels and Meridians. In our previous class, we already completed the chapter, isn't it? Yes. And in our previous class, we already discussed about the objective type question answers on this chapter. Today, I'll discuss the uh, question answers on this chapter. Okay. So let us start. Firstly, define the following. Number 1, axis. Imaginary line passes through the center of the arc is called axis. Next, latitude. The imaginary lines which run horizontally in east-west direction are called latitudes or parallels of latitudes. Next, longitudes. Lines which are imaginary and run vertically in north-south direction are called longitudes or meridian of longitudes. Next, great circle. Equator is the largest parallel, so known as great circle. Prime meridian. The central longitude that divides the earth into the eastern and western hemisphere is called prime meridian. Next, 6. International dateline. 180° east and 180° west meridians form the same line and known as the international dateline. Number 7. Grid. The parallels and meridians form a network of lines on the globe which help us to locate a place and is called grid. Tropic of Cancer. 23.5° north parallel is an important parallel of latitude in northern hemisphere is called Tropic of Cancer. Okay. Next is the answer the following questions. Question number 1. Why are imaginary lines drawn on the surface of the globe? Imaginary lines are drawn on maps and globes to find the location of a place. Next, question 2. Differentiate between parallels and meridians. Parallels and meridians, you have to write you have to maintain two columns. I told you earlier, two, and then the points. On the parallels, the first point is parallels run horizontally, and under the meridian, first point is which is opposite to this, meridians run vertically. There are 181 parallels in all. In parallel, there are 360 meridians, and parallels are marked as north or south in orbits, and meridians are marked as east or west. Next, number 3. What is a grid and why it is used? The latitudes and longitudes intersect each other and form a network of lines called grid. It helps us to locate place accurately on the globe or maps. Next, 4. Give characteristics of parallels and of latitude. Characteristics of latitude are lines of latitude are parallel to each other and they never meet. Next point, all parallels are full circle, but the length decreases as we move away from the equator to poles. Next point, there are 181 latitudes in all. Next point, these are marked as north or south. Next point, 90° N and 90° S parallels are just 2 points. Next, question 5. Give characteristics of meridians of longitude. Answer. Characteristics of meridians are all meridians are of some length and they meet each other at poles. Next, meridians are half circle. Due to the shape of the earth, the distance between two meridians is greater near the equator and it keeps on decreasing as we move towards the pole. Okay. Next, in all there are 360 meridians and meridians are marked as east or west. Next question. How can we find the location of a place on earth? Give example. The lines of parallels of latitude and meridians of longitude cut each other at right angles. The point at which a longitude and latitude and longitude meet help us to locate a place. For example, Kolkata is located at 22.57 degree and 88.30 degree east. Next question. Why equator is also known as great circle? As equator is the largest parallel of latitude and divide the earth into northern and southern hemispheres, so it is also called as great circle. Question 8. Why latitudes never meet each other? As the parallels of latitude run in east-west direction and parallel to each other, so they never meet. So that's all for the question answer session, and we completed this chapter. Okay, like parallels and meridians. And now I am telling you that I think you all prepared your term exam, unit test exam, and I know that we already given you the syllabus, but many of you asking about that, so I am telling you again the syllabus for our social studies. Okay, so note it carefully. Okay, social studies, our book is New Approach to Social Studies, and chapter 1, 6, 3 and 9 is in our syllabus for the first test. Okay, chapter 1 is the pigeon post to the internet. Chapter 6 is rights and duties. These are from history and civics part. And chapter 3 is contemporary life, and chapter 9 globe map and earth from geography and social and environmental science. So that's all for your social studies syllabus. You please note it carefully and learn the chapter very well. Okay, so that's all for our today's class, and I am giving you the PDF for the whole chapter, and you please copy it in your school class copy and remember and memorize all that. Okay, bye till our next class.